What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Do me a favor before we get into it. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Today I got something interesting, a little different for you guys today. Look, a lot of times I come on here and I tell you guys what to do and here's how I made this amount of money, but I'm about to show you today how I lost, or not lost, but I missed out on $11,000. And this not, or 11,000 plus dollars really. And this isn't because I took a bad play or anything like that. Is literally because I didn't take a play, right? Due to psychological reasons. I literally talked myself out of a really good setup. Like probably one of the easiest setups of all time. And I literally talked myself out of it and I missed out on over $11,000. And today we're about to go over that setup right now and talk about how you can kind of combat those things, right? So let's get into it. So here we have a stock called Vail, right? So we have a stock called Vail. Let me actually go on the daily time frame so you can see it. And this is the price action right now, right? One thing I noticed yesterday was that it looked like we were forming a bottom here. I saw a pin bar towards the bottom of this downtrend, as you can see right here. There's a lot of gaps in this chart, but I obviously could still read the chart patterns. I did notice that we were in some sort of head and shoulders look. I didn't ignore that, as you can see here, which is a bearish pattern, right? So we could have easily kept going down here, but let me show you why I knew we were going to be bullish, right? Meaning I knew the market was going to move up. So first things first, let me actually go on the 4 hour to see if it's easier to see, which it looks like it is. First things first, this was the first thing I noticed. Right, and this, where did I draw it? I want to be as accurate as possible with where I drew this trend line, right? First things first, I noticed that we had a trend line here. I don't know if it extends all the way here. Yes, it does. Yes, I knew we had a very strong trend line, as you can see. I mean, this trend line goes all the way back to like the end of February, right? And we have been respecting this trend line for quite some time. And even though we had a head and shoulders here, right, this is a textbook head and shoulders, I was like, you know what, we literally have bounced off this trend line so many different times. We have I'm seeing other big names in the market look like they're going to be bullish as well, bouncing off key levels. So I should have just, I should have taken the trade. And not only that, it gets worse. And you're going to be like, Isaac, what the heck is wrong with you? Why didn't you take that trade? And I'm about to show you right now, right? Not only were we bouncing off a trend line, but we were also at key support, right? Look at this. Check this out. Let me zoom in. Look at this. Bounce off support, bounce off support, bounce off support, right? We can go back. Okay, that's a clean break, right? We got rejections right here, right? That was a clean bounce off support. So not only did we have a trend line bounce, we had a bounce off support, right? And mind you, I was looking at the $14 calls for this contract when they were worth $18, right? $18. That's what it was worth. Now the stock went from 13, what was that? It closed at 1380 and it opened up at, obviously you can see this major gap, but it ended up closing at 1449, went as high as I think 1457, 1460. Those contracts went from $18 per contract all the way to $65 per contract. That's over a 200% return. I've been really strict with my sizing lately, so I know how much I missed out on, because I would have went in about $5,000, getting me around 250 contracts at $18, and I would have cashed out. Assuming I sold at the peak, or even if I sold at open, I'd have cashed out anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000, right? So you can see where I missed out on all that money, and it wasn't because I made any type of I didn't take a bad trade. It was lack thereof. I didn't take a great setup. Even, you got weekly support, right? Bouncing off weekly support, got a bounce right there, got a rejection here, got a bounce here, right? I just didn't take the trade. And you may, be, wondering like, Isaac, why didn't you take the trade? Like, it was an obvious setup. Well, you have to understand, man, I'm not perfect. And sometimes in the market, I'll second guess myself when I shouldn't second guess myself. I was able to reflect on why I didn't take this trade, and I was able to get the answer. And here's what the answer was. I didn't take the trade because I was deep down, inherently, I was afraid of losing the profits I had already made for the day, and I didn't want to give any of that back by taking a trade and lose, and maybe it goes wrong. Maybe I'm not right. So even though I had all the confirmations in the world as to why I should have taken this trade, I still didn't take the trade, and I missed out on a lot of money. So what's the solution for that? At the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, no matter what, you have to just take the damn trade. And I'm gonna steal a quote from my boy Jay. He literally says, he has a quote. He says, TTDT. Is that it? Take the damn trade. Yeah, TTDT. He says, take the damn trade. And that's what I should have done. I didn't take the trade because deep down I was afraid of losing the profits I had already made. Because I was having, I've been green now for 9 or 10 days straight. Really good wins. I've been super solid in terms of taking the right plays, maximizing gains, right? I could be better at maximizing gains, but I've been doing really well. So I was more focused on keeping that streak up than I was actually taking advantage of a really good play. And it cost me $11,000 today. Instead of making $11,000 today, I only made around $2,500 today, right? $2,500 is not bad, right? Especially when you've been green the last 9-10 days, but it's more about, for me personally, it's more about making the right trades, becoming a better trader than it is any dollar amount, right? So you may say, well, if you're not worried about the dollar amount, why are you mad that you missed out on $11,000? I'm not mad I missed out on I'm mad I missed out on $11,000, but I'm more disappointed in myself that I let myself keep me from taking that trade, right? When you're in the market, you can't be emotional in the market. You can't be attached to the money. Yesterday, I was attached to the money, which is why I didn't take this trade. So ultimately, it's my fault. I should have taken the trade. Next time, I will remember this experience, though. I'm going to remember this experience, and I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm taking the trade. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, right? You're not gonna win every trade, but those setups that are like rock solid, you have to take those. You have to take those, right? Always stay confident. Always stay disciplined. Don't be emotional, right? So if you don't want to lose out on any money, then that's my recommendation with you. Try to become detached to the money emotionally. It's easier said than it is done, but it's possible, right? I've actually done a really good job doing this, but I'm human. I fell into a lapse where that wasn't the case, but we live and we learn. If anything, I'm happy this happened, so I was able to share this experience with you guys, so maybe you can avoid that. But remember, this doesn't mean I'm just taking any trade. High quality setups, those are the trades I'm taking, not just anything. All right, so that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Please like and subscribe. Remember, free limited access to my Discord. I'll drop the link down below so you can check it out. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.